trying to make something better every single time we go out.
This is Auteur, and welcome to another recommendation video. Instead of talking about music, I'm going to be recommending my favorite music channels on this video. So I follow mostly hip-hop, and the channels I follow align with that. And I'm not just going to be talking about like Anthony Fantano or The Needle Drop. That's probably like the first music reviewer I ran across like a decade ago on YouTube. But that's not really like what I listen to or represents what I like to follow as far as other music reviewers. There's people that do this better than me, so I just wanted to give them a shout out. All the people I'm mentioning will be linked in the description of this video. And I just wanted to give a shout out to the people who really put in the effort to analyze and do good recommendations and analyses of albums. And I have 3 people that I'm going to be mentioning in today's video, so stick around to see what those 3 YouTubers are, because they're really valuable as a music discovery resource. So the main reason I like to watch other music reviewers or other people is just to stay up on the new releases for music discovery purposes, and to just get a feel for how other people think about certain music and enjoy certain music. So right off the bat, the first person I'm going to mention is actually a group, and this is probably my favorite for hip-hop reviews and analysis, and that is Dead End Hip Hop. They've been around for a long time. They do roundtable discussions of different albums, and they do a lot of live streams. And on Fridays, they do discography battles where they DJ one song versus another, and then you can go in and vote on Patreon. Odd Fridays. Those are really fun to participate in. And they have a great community, cultivated a great group of people that really appreciate and love hip-hop. They probably have one of the better Patreons and Discords when it comes to hip-hop discussions. And I just really like everybody in Dead End Hip Hop: Mike Seatown, FIFO, King, Beezy, and Rod, and whoever else they have behind the scenes. They do great music analysis, and they all have good perspectives. Like FIFO has a good perspective on like kind of the mainstream interpretation of a lot of albums, and they all have deep appreciation of hip hop. But he kind of makes sure he has like the I feel like he brings more of a mainstream and a more balanced approach to reviewing music, and to where Mike Seatown is a little more critical, and he goes into more of the technical aspects of lyricism. Then you have Beezy, who's really interested in the beats. Rod kind of offers a younger perspective, and then you have King, who offers kind of his own unique perspective as well, and kind of balances out the group. And they've done so many albums over the years, it's hard to find a major hip-hop artist that they haven't covered. And they offer fair analysis of a lot of these albums, and they're really funny and entertaining. So I would definitely go check out Dead End Hip Hop for album recommendations and reviews. They've definitely updated me on a lot of great albums over the years, from Harem to Elzai. A lot of people that were on my radar until I listened and watched the Dead End Hip Hop reviews. And they're really fair. I feel like I usually agree with their opinions, and they offer a lot of unique perspective. The next YouTuber that I'm going to be talking about is completely different, is Professor Skye. And he doesn't just do hip-hop reviews, he does rock reviews and like EDM and all kinds of genre reviews. But he does like a leftist, like professorial analysis. He's a French professor, so he's like a language professor. And he really does go into each review with the like an essay. He really does bring out and apply themes of the album to things in classic literature and liberal arts. So what I like about Professor Skye is he contextualizes modern albums into the ethos of the liberal arts. So like he really understands the history of art, and he uses it as an opportunity to educate you on the fundamentals and on previous people and on previous concepts and philosophies. And it's really interesting to see what parallels he's going to draw between certain albums and certain pre-existing things within art, and how he kind of he does like deep analysis on identity. And like for instance on the Post Malone review, he chose to analyze Post Malone as like an intersection of whiteness and straightness. On the Jack Harlow review, he compared him to Elvis. On the Pusha T review, he talked about how modern art has influenced rap. On the he has one of the most in-depth analyses of Aethiopes by Billy Woods, and how he really educated me on how that album drew parallels between like the North Atlantic slave trade and the Brazil slave trade, and a lot of like things that I would have never have realized without watching his video. So if you want to see a deep postgraduate analysis of hip-hop and pop albums, I would definitely go check out Professor Skye. You just need to give him a chance and really listen. He goes on these streams of consciousness, but he takes good notes and he has really good lessons related to each of these albums. And I actually got the idea to shout out other YouTubers from him, because that's a segment that he does with his channel as well. So definitely go check out Professor Skye. He gave me some great feedback on my album as well, Avant Gangster. And the third music YouTuber that I'm going to shout out today is Trill Tev R. And he does album reactions, which is a little something I don't normally watch. But as far as people who straight react to albums, I think he's one of the best. He offers really in-depth views, and he offers his perspective, kind of the more of the West Coast perspective. And as far as just straight reaction channels go, I really enjoy his. And another good layer of his channel is he does a lot of vinyl collecting content, which I really enjoy, unboxings, and on his community page he posts a lot of ways to purchase all these underground albums, and he really keeps me updated on a lot of underground vinyl releases. So I don't think there's a better YouTuber that keeps people up on the underground vinyl scene and does such quality reactions and just analysis. He also does analysis and reviews of albums. So I definitely would recommend Trill Tev R. All these YouTubers are linked in the description. So definitely go check them out if you want to find a good hip-hop reaction channel. And if you want to add more depth to your music discovery, definitely add these YouTubers to your subscription list.